Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 19, Week 6. Today we're taking another look at the Juggling Juggernauts, the Trashboat team, taking on Cirque to SoGay, the Cryptic team. Last time, the Juggling Juggernauts figured out that just because you can kite Ursa a lot doesn't mean that you win the game if you can't actually kill the guy, or for that matter, anyone else on his team. Let's see what happens this time.
Jakiro bend in first phase is what happens this time.
Maybe might be seeing that in the weeks moving forward, perhaps.
Or not. I think so on one. Okay, Oracle will bend first phase, and Jakiro, yeah.
Yep, just don't want to see that combination again, which isn't surprising. I mean, you got the Cryptic Oracle, which is a very big pick anyway. Very big ban, very big pick. Was doing a lot in those fights. Like, there was definitely a lot of fights where the Ursa got to do things, because the Oracle... Both having all the Oracle stuff and is just a great natural builder for a lot of good items that Ursa likes. Good builder for the Solar Crest, which I don't think he got. Good builder for the Glimmer Cape in particular, which is just, you know, one of the biggest items at the moment. And,
okay.
as we kind of
what
saw
you can
there,
do, we can do better.
Yeah, there we go. As we kind of saw there, just a lot of these fights where, you had the Ursa just kind of chain Glimmer Caped. And they couldn't do anything about him.
10 seconds remaining.
Again, except with, you know, you could at least get rid of the invis with the Zeus, but who cares if, you know, nothing's happening.
Probably a Cryptic Zeus. Question mark?
Yeah, probably.
Dire team back.
I guess there's a non-zero chance it could be the Mappo Zeus. Trashboat now has decided to inherit the mantle of, okay, you picked that, now we're going to give you a reason you want it, and picks up the Pugna. I guess assuming that it's not going to be Cryptic on the Zeus, because the only reason that would be a deny pick is just for Cryptic. He's the only person on this team who plays it. I don't think Space Cowboy is much of a Pugna.
I guess if you avoid decreping allies, then, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
PA.
Oh, that's
Pugna
the actual
PA is an
deal.
interesting combination. Yeah.
That's the actual deal, is they secured the Pugna just so they didn't have to ban it, and then they picked the PA, which, you know, finds that matchup horrific.
It
like,
does, yeah.
Needs a nully to do anything.
Game ending, yeah.
I don't think it's game ending, but it's game making ungodly, and just a little bit more can make it game ending. Because at the end of the day, you know, you can get a nullifier and then you're not really worried anymore.
Sure, but, you know, might be after your team speak.
That's true.
This PA is kind of adjacent to a tempo hero. I'm not sure it's fully tempo, but...
I don't know necessarily, if I'm being fair. I feel like if you get your nullifier after your team's peak, that means it's after your peak, basically, as PA.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know how much sense that makes. Zeus Undying, that's
I'm just
interesting,
saying your
but...
mid and offlane might be useless. When
Where
you
is,
finally get it, so maybe you won't be 5ing.
Where is RCC on the Cryptic lineup?
Radiant team pick.
There we go, the most boring source of CC in the game.
The most boring hero in the game. No, it's Lord Or, the second most boring hero in the game.
There we go. Decent for what they've got so far. I would really like a bigger stun than this. Especially considering I think they got rid of all the things that increase your AoE. I'd like a bigger stun than this, both in terms of duration and in terms of AoE. Which means, in this case, I'd like to see just more stuns. Because that one really isn't all you want. Good pairing with the Undying. It's going to make things a little miserable for them to deal with. They're going to secure the Witch Doctor here, which is a very good combination with the Undying in particular. Also pretty good with the Zeus. So it's another sort of deny pick. It's a pick that's very good into this lineup. The Centaur Ordner just hates to see that guy. Doesn't like the Maledict, because with Centaur being a big HP balloon, that's just a naturally deadly skill. He has that pure damage ward that doesn't make Reflect happen. He has that Trashboat Storm Spirit coming in, which I don't know. Storm Spirit against Centaur Warrunner. I mean, I kind of guess what you're, I kind of get what you're going for here, but I don't know, bro.
10
That
seconds
feel
remaining.
that feels like you're going to be losing a lot of mana if things don't go super well.
It's actually a terrible anti-mage game. I hope they pick it. Because even in a atrocious anti-mage route, you know, your storm release makes that draft at least 30% better, you know?
I don't know. I think I'd rather see an OD on the Cryptic lineup here.
Yeah. But it would be funnier to pick anti-mage.
It's true. But I think as far as the guys who punish you for not having any mana, that Mr. OD looks. I mean, he's very squishy, and he would definitely need to build some defensive items to compensate for that. But on the other hand, very
Or
good
Ricky.
saves. Okay, Ricky. Yeah, I can see that too, actually. Very good
It's good.
saves for the PA. You know, she can't really do any. I don't think even Nully stops Astral, right? So I don't think there is anything to do about it aside from like kill or
10 seconds remaining.
knock out the OD. Of course, Storm Spirit has to play very carefully because if he messes up one time, he just gets, you know, splattered like a bug. That OD ult on Storm Spirit, he has negative 5 billion HP left when that happens to him. As somebody who's not really, I mean, doesn't really like the Nether Ward on Pugna, but doesn't really care that much about the supports for the most part. And it's a nice little source, even if it's unreliable, of CC. So there's that. You know, it's not the CC you'd really want to have. It's not a CC that lets zombies build or lets you get to K-stacks, but something. But then I guess it's also assuming that it's going to be Zeus in the
10 seconds
support
remaining.
role, which I guess so far, you know, we're not
Looks to be the
necessarily
case,
guaranteed.
Remaining.
Looks to be the case, but it's not necessarily guaranteed. I don't think Zeus into Storm Spirit is a particularly bad matchup for the Zeus, and outside of being squishy into PA, there's nothing really wrong with him in a core capacity here. It would be nice to see somebody besides the Centaur who is able to stand up for the PA, though. If this match goes on particularly long, I think we could definitely wind up in the world where just one dagger from the PA can one-shot everybody on this team so far, except for the Centaur.
I don't know, I think it
Or the
looks
Undying
similar
gets
to
a
the
bunch of
last
stacks.
Zeus game after lane phase. Like, you lane well against Storm Spirit, and then after lane you get zipped on and then killed within one vortex by at least two of these heroes, and Pugna can, like, do a lot of damage to you as well with the right items.
That's interesting. Juggling Juggernauts banned the Viper, which is probably their, you know, one of their trademarks, I would say. Will-Demand Beast's most played hero by quite a considerable margin, and the interesting thing is, I think it's actually a really good Viper game too, so I'm not really sure why they banned it out here.
Yeah, they're
You
cooking
don't,
something.
you don't know what it's going to be picked into last, and I guess it's not bad against Ricky because he can just force staff out of the smoke or BKB through it if you need to. You can get out of the smoke. They don't really have anything to keep you in there. It's really good against the Centaur Warrunner. It breaks the Tombstone, which right now really only PA can do, and you'd really rather not have that, frankly. Annihilates the Zeus. Annihilates the Ricky if he gets the ult out on him, right? Like, can put the W, can put that Nether Toxin on top of the cloud if he's not in it, which is really nasty.
Bro.
And he would have been good against that too.
So it's like another thing Storm kind of hates in a fight, I suppose.
Do I like the Necro? Yeah, I think I like the Necro this game.
Add zip target, plus, you know,
10 seconds
if you're
remaining.
lower than half HP, you're gonna get killed.
It's a bad zip target. It's a guy who's going to be able to survive the PA. It's a Pos 3 Magnus. Interesting. I think he's one of the heroes I kind of ticked up from the, not much, but some, from the update. It's something like it's something where it's like it's bad for Necro in the very obvious way that it's bad for every hero in the game. Like, it's really bad if you're Necro and get RP'd. Also, challenge, name one hero that it doesn't totally suck to get RP'd. I guess you can
Yeah.
name two. Abaddon and Wraith
Ricky.
King.
Yeah.
Period. That's it. So putting that aside, if he's not getting put in the Magnus ult, which I predict they're probably not going to be hitting more than one person very often. This is just not a, you're going to have Zeus is just going to be throwing crap at you from the sidelines. You're going to have the Undying, who isn't going to usually be in the thick of things. Ricky is usually going to be in sight of skills. Centaur Warrunner is going to be in the thick of things in everyone's face. Necro is going to be, like, in fights, but far enough away from the other guys. It's going to be... It's making this awkward triangle, if they execute it right, where, like, they're all close, but they're not so close they're going to get RP'd. They have to be very conscious about that. You could definitely... If they execute it poorly on the Dire, if they don't position themselves well in fights, they can very easily get to the position where the Tricor's in the RP, and every time that happens, obviously, it's over.
But then if you're struggling, your PA can kill you. So, I don't know, Witch Doctor.
Well, it's it's like I said, you've got to have a somewhat tight formation, and I think they actually got a good lineup for it.
Yeah.
Where you're tight but not too tight. You're that kind of triangle where everyone is just too far away to get that RP in. And you have a very nice lineup in a lot of ways for that PA straggler. Because
I do like it conceptually on Radiant, because you have your Storm too. Like Storm, Witch Doctor, PA punish loose formations, and then the Magnus is there if you tighten up to try to deal with those heroes.
If you had any doubt that in the pool is old-fashioned Dota player, he just said, "I is sad," like it's 2006. But yeah, you do have things to punish the loose formations, but you also have things to punish you for trying to do that. It's like, if you have the quick go on somebody by the Ricky can just jump to that guy, put down the smoke cloud. That go is done. If you try to jump everybody onto the Centaur or Necro, well, the Centaur you're not going to kill, and the Necro is going to be a skill thing. If he's able to get the Shroud off at the right time, or if he's just too far ahead, then you're not going to get him either, right? So you get the PA, you can jump very easily on the support like this. Zeus is going to get one shot by this PA for a lot of this game. This Undying isn't going to be doing much better than that unless he is super balling. So it is kind of interesting where it's like you have...
Jumpman.
You have Jumpman getting killed, rest in peace. You have these two teams where it's like you've got a team that punishes loose formations, and you've got a team that punishes teams that punish loose formations. It's kind of a Ouroboros type situation here. Hard to see how it's going to turn out. I think it's going to be on execution. I think Trashboat team has the simpler execution, but I think Cryptic team has the better upside. If both teams' executions are bad, it favors Trashboat. If both teams' executions are good, it favors Cryptic. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
And if Cryptic execution is bad, it's going to be a massacre. If Cryptic execution is good, Trashboat is bad, not much better. So this is sort of unfortunate. I think Mappo is, pretty close to this Cryptic lineup. At least, some of the guys on it. Tiki really doesn't seem to know any of these guys. He is very obviously sticking out, right? So that is going to hamper them. But then I guess on the other hand, the Centaur Warrunner is not a 3-player, so interesting. I think this is going to be one of those ones. I don't think you could really call it from up here. There are things that you could use to sway your decision, but I don't think you could call it. Maybe slight edge Cryptic, just because the execution last game was very strong for them. Okay, it ain't going well for the Necro so far here at mid. He's actually about to die? No, just walks away with 30 HP, wow. Walks away with 30 HP and is in no mood to try and heal anything. He's just trying to get healing off of that. What is that a part of? Oh no, he can't get that healing he's trying to get. He doesn't have Ghost Shroud leveled yet, so he doesn't do anything if he gets a last hit. Whoops. Or maybe that's CN8. Okay, no, never mind. That's CN8. It's okay.
Yeah. Gonna get that rune anyway, I suppose.
I'd like to take this special opportunity to thank Ice Frog for adding just so many goddamn mechanics to the game. We really needed every hero to have 2 new skills every game.
Of course.
Except for the guys who didn't get any new skills, who are almost universally in a bad spot. Also, rip to Jumpman. Attempt by the Magnus to stick the Undying under the tower there. Doesn't quite get it done. Oh
It's
my
just like the Mars last
god!
game.
That's a value wand right there. The Necro literally just survived because of it. He's gonna get a little bit of healing from his sadism. So he's gonna be kind of coming back a little bit, but so far Trashboat very oppressive to the Necro. He's wasting a lot of his bars. He's wasted all of his region at this point. So even though they're keeping it even right now as far as last hits go, at least they were until Trashboat got one under tower, it is going to be probably favoring him a little bit more in the upcoming minutes. Ricky gets his back shaved for a nickel. Trastero taking a bath in some jungle creeps up here. It's the world's most casual Maledict put on his head. Space Cowboy comes in to try and get some hits in. Tiki sees him use that E and just immediately jumps himself.
Yep.
He's sitting on a Lotus still, so he will have some ability to regen off of that in very quick order if need be. Trastero actually tries to Q to get the banner creep, doesn't actually get it because the knife comes out. Tiki doing good here. Nobody's really doing well. Tiki is, despite that, Tiki is behind for last hits thus far. Oh, well, Magnus tried to charge out there. Ended up taking the Ricky with him, which I don't think is necessarily what he wanted, but they can't actually get the job done anyway. Very rough lane, it feels like, for the Magnus so far. Even though he's got a lot of last hits, he's just constantly out of these bars. And again, like with the, yeah, he just had to get more tangos in. Like with the Necro up mid, the good times probably kind of over now. Let me give you a little piece of advice if you're this Necro up mid, okay?
Trastero dead.
Yep.
He's about to pop.
Yeah, just barely going down there. Unfortunate. Get some mangoes. Maybe those would have saved his life. If you're in the situation that this Necro is in, I got one piece of advice for you. It'll save your life. It's called raindrops. Buy them. If you're desperate, get the raindrops. If you are thinking more long-term, then consider going for the always vaunted casual cloak, which now builds into many, many things. The Eternal Shroud in
He
this
seems
game
to be buying no items for some reason.
It's true. Has nothing. No, he's got a Noli queued up, which he's not buying. Going for a first item blink, I guess. The same kind of goes for the Trastero and a bot. Like, you know, pretty much the only thing you're afraid of is the it's the Witch Doctor here, and really the only thing you're afraid of from him is the Maledict, right? Pick up a casual cloak or pick up raindrops, and you really don't have anything to be afraid of anymore. You can just kind of sit there and face tank, because you got the 2 bracers and the Ring of Protection, right? Like, the PA is not going to do anything to you. Unless you give her, like, an hour and a half to beat on you.
Yeah, or you start out already low, like with the last skill.
Mm-hmm. He did finally get his Noli on the Necro, and now he's building another. He's saving something. He must be saving for buyback.
Necro, buy an item, please.
Yeah, this is not...
Sitting on
yeah.
1500 gold in mid.
He's sending his... Oh no, that was Trashboat that was sending his courier somewhere. Mappo, buy an item, my bro. Thanks in advance.
Alright, I see Radiance. Let's go.
PA could go crazy with Shard Nullifier in this game.
Yeah.
That's what Geistonly says anyway. I broadly agree with that, but I think the Fan of Knives, you know, it's... Oh, Cryptic tried to... It's the same thing that happened to Space Cowboy last game. Cryptic tried to compete for the Shrine of Wisdom there, and the Radiant offlane came and got him killed. Actually, just realized they switched out here. This time, Space Cowboys the 4, Cryptics the 5. I guess makes
That's
sense given the
true.
heroes that they ended up with.
Radiant's middle
Oh,
tower
I
is
like the
under
way because I
attack.
thought the Ricky was going to be A-okay, and then he died. Rest in peace.
It's not A-okay.
Yep, Maledict on the Centaur Warrunner. Here comes like some bird to scratch his ass. Thank you, bird. Just probably did like 100 more damage to that guy because of that. Necro's starting to do alright. He's starting to turn things back around, back into his favor. Storm Spear comes in trying to get the rune here. Necro has the haste. He's not being very aggressive with it, which is interesting. It takes him a minute for him to decide, oh wait, I can like abuse this. Going up to top here now, he's got a Nully queued up. That's what he's saving his money for, I guess. I don't like that. I can understand to some degree why I think this is an okay idea. It's not. You're not gonna like,
Necro?
yeah, on the
It's a
Necro.
Radiance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you said Nully. That's a
That's
Radiance.
what I meant. I meant Radiance. Radiance on the Necro.
Trashboat is bought with no
yeah.
mana.
Bot
Or
with
is
no mana does nothing.
Interesting one.
They're gonna throw all their skills at the Zeus, who's not gonna care.
He did have mana, he just like didn't commit, I guess. He's just like, oh,
He had
my
mana,
PA's
but he
not
didn't.
coming with me.
He didn't use much mana. He just kind of.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He kind of showed. I guess the best way to put it is he showed up with half mana, used a little bit of it, and then said, "Wait a minute, I'm only half mana. I can't commit," and walked away. And maybe, wait a minute, I can't actually kill either of these guys unless Zeus has no E. Never mind. Well, getting rough for the Storm Spirit. Now he needs to buy some drops. Oh, he has them. There you go. Good job, Storm Spirit. Somebody's buying them this lane. But yeah, the Radiance, I don't like it. It's going to help with the PA in a very abstract, long-term way, but it's not going to help with PA in the time of the game when that, like, matters. It's going to be a farming steroid for you, that's it. And I don't think you necessarily need that. I think as the Necro this game, especially with a Centaur Warrunner who's not really a damage-doing guy, I think you would really much rather have something that's just more tangibly useful to you. Damage output-wise than that. You'd really much rather have the Shivas, you'd really much rather have the... like even something like an Orchid could go a long way. You'd really just rather have the Kaya derivative of your choice. Right, you'd really just have more damage than that. Or at least tankability. Like, at least get the Eternal Shroud and be completely invincible. I mean, you've still got a damage gap, but at least you could then, like, use a Radiance, hypothetically, you know? Definitely gonna want that Shroud. I mean, it's literally, if you get Shroud, the only thing you care about for most of this game is, like, the PA, and that's not gonna mean anything.
Yeah.
PA very low, uses her magic stick to turn it around. Power turns around, drops what would have been an awesome ult if he had a ward on the other side of where he was standing, but sadly for him, no such luck.
It's kind of crazy about PA.
Yeah, has 30 HP right now.
Jump on Space Cowboy, get him!
Well,
He's about to pop.
got something like that. He tipped the PA and then died. What a way to go.
One more act before his death, I guess.
Magnus going for, oh. Necro just tried to get a Desperation Sight then on the Storm Spirit. Died, that's not good. And it's going to put that Radiance back even longer, which is just further reason not to get it. And just a nice little piece of evidence as to why the Radiance is bad. It does not help you resolve that situation. With the Radiance, he doesn't win that fight. Like, it does not turn that at all. It's like a $1 million item, it doesn't turn that. There's so many items that do. Please build one of those instead. Like, at least Holy Locket. I mean, it's a very small change item, but it's something.
Does Torgalini tell you to do Radiance?
I don't think so, no.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I think there's some games where it makes sense. I think the games where it makes sense are games where either A, you're already tanky enough out of the box that you're just kind of getting through everything by skills, which you're not here, as very nicely demonstrated by another guy. You guys just can't kill anybody on camera. I look away, somebody dies, and then somebody dies where I just looked
Don't
away
worry, I was
from.
watching that. Space Cowboy did this like insane dive with a Lotus.
Oh, good job, Space Cowboy. And in the pool, just gave a tip to Will the Man
Yeah.
Beats.
I saw your cool play, Space Cowboy. Don't worry.
And then got tipped right back when he died.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
But yeah, if you win by default as Necro,
Dire's top tower is
or
under attack.
if you're if you're up against a lot of heroes that depend a lot on not missing, not losing HP, then the Radiance works. If not, I wouldn't think about it. I guess in this game, it's not like you're stealing that much from a puzzle, and like Ricky's gonna make money no matter what happens, but still, not great, not ideal. Especially not when you have a non-damage doing pause 3. I guess that's another part of it. Like, the other core has to do damage, and you're not that. The interesting situation here for the net worth chart, where Magnus is ahead. He's the only person who is ahead on the Radiant. He's ahead by a lot, 800 gold above his next closest counterpart. But then, like, that PA is, like, struggling at the moment. She is not doing good. She's trying to do Ancients back here to help things out. Luckily, she has the Magnus who can accelerate that for her fairly well.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, okay.
Power
No,
takes
don't
the
die.
full brunt of what Zeus has to offer here. He's going to
Zeus
run way
dead.
deep into the enemy lines and just get got on.
Regeneration.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
This should make my life easier.
He just found 3 bounty runes.
Should make her life easier.
That's 174 gold, you know.
Yeah, true.
Magnus
like 4
Echo is
lessons.
up, got his blink queued. Ricky going in, using his Diffie, I believe that's the reveal actually. Magnus still has RP here, does not elect to use it before he goes down. Power jumps in, tries to ult to save, gets immediately stunned out by the Zeus W.
Oh, okay.
His Coconut gets rid of the Ricky, but a Scythe gets rid of him in kind. That would have been awesome if they didn't lose a Ricky for it. It's still a 925 gold change, and he still made money for the process, but losing that Ricky was rough, and nobody's in this stupid tower. The Cryptic is like, guys, stop walking past this stupid thing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Dire Glyph here to stop Trashboat from just hitting this thing. He's got his Witchblade already up. He is going for a Rock Haya next into BKB.
Dire's middle
Definitely
tower
not a
is
bad
under
idea,
attack.
you know. Unlike the last game, this is very much, if you're a Radiant on this game, you pretty much have to get the BKB. Not to be able to survive through stuns or anything, but just because on this specific lineup, if you get BKB, you're getting rid of nearly all of their damage until the Ricky gets big, and even when the Ricky is the one that means something, at least you're still getting out of the smoke cloud, so. The Radiance is finally out on the Necro, 16 minutes, which isn't a bad... Okay, this is definitely not worth using the Centaur ult for, but whatever. What do you mean, a neutral creep double kill?
Oh my god. They were doing Torment during
Oh no!
What can you do?
Wow. Alright.
This
Necro coming
Tormentor
in
is
here.
so bad. Stop doing it. The objective is trash.
Desperately trying to find the Storm Spirit here. Do not find him. He's gonna zip home. With a
Radiant's
Tormentor
bottom tower
double
is under
kill.
attack.
Very nice.
God, what an awful objective. Pretty funny though. I'll give you that one.
They're using the space they got from that the Tormentor double to try and get rid of the T2 here, but maybe get about half of it. Really potentially big RP coming? Nope, get Scythe
No!
before, and
Scythe.
Ricky in the backline getting the support
that's
as
a
the
disaster.
PA gets stomped out by the Zeus here. Jumpman getting,
Magner's just chain stunned.
yep, the Pugna is so fast, he's so annoying, they just can't do anything about him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
4 for 1 trade there. All they lose is the Centaur, who did not even have ult. I was gonna say I don't know if he got his ult out before he died, but still, 4 for 1 trade. 128 gold passes into the Radiant's hands, but 2,539 gold into the Dyers, mostly into the Necros. So, who's got another Null Talisman queued up? Can't ever have too many of these. Picks up Boots to travel. I guess he's very tired of being very slow. I don't really like this Necro build very much, if I'm being honest with you, but whatever. Ricky has made sure that the tower won't be saying anything to him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
And
Just
here
preventing RPs
Yep.
very well in this game.
Here at 18 minutes, they're going to take down Radiant's bot T2. So, sub 20 minute T2 in the pool. Stalking the PA here. He's gotten quite a bit of her mana just from being Ricky. Doing defusal
Nice,
things, but she
clear.
is going to get away. She is almost done with the Battle Fury at this point, just 300 gold off. Ricky,
Not
meanwhile,
quite as good as
is
versus Battle for your timing, but
Ricky on the other side of the coin, getting pretty close to the Ag, just about 1,300 gold off. Actually, think 1,000, 1,500, but either way. So Necro travels are in. Now he's getting a shard. Okay. Why not at this point? Better start getting some real items soon, son. This momentum is not going to last forever. Ricky finds the, okay. Oh, no, baby. Ricky dodges an RP. Ricky dodges an RP, gets out because of the Centaur ult.
oh no!
Scythe takes out, Will Demand beats. Oh, no, the Centaur just barely misses the Storm Spirit TPing out. That is insane play on In the Pool's part. Again, you can see when this guy, the momentum is finally behind him here in P1. Like when the cylinders are firing, this guy is pretty scary with just the way he positions, the way he sees fights and follows through on them. I think it's a very big moment for him, and I think it's very unlikely he's going to get his wish if he decides to play another season of just running the POS 3s again. Poor
PA
PA.
is very dead.
Just having to run back to spawn constantly. Nope, she gets a 2 creep wave before she goes down. Now Trashboat's kind of in the line of fire, but In the Pool has no mana left. They're kind of having a problem with PA right-clicking back home. They don't have a great method of dealing with that yet. Another not very useful ult from the Witch Doctor, but now Centaur's in a whole heap of trouble here. Necro is inserting himself into
Is it
this.
as much trouble as it looks?
Yeah, it is. It's really bad.
Okay.
Ricky is only just now here, but he still has no mana. Uh-oh. PA ended up a
gonna
casualty
kill
in the
everyone.
fight anyway. So Ricky is, even with no mana, is going to come out in the back of the fight, get a double there. That looked like it should have been worse than it was, but ultimately it's a 1 for 3 trade once again. They dropped the Centaur, but that's the only one they drop.
I mean, tragically, it looked like it should have been good for Radiant, and then it was not that
Yeah.
good. It was actually pretty terrible.
Once again, no RP. This poor Magnus, he hasn't RP'd anybody this game.
Yeah,
He hasn't done
it's
anything.
a very frustrating
well,
Magnus game, you know?
They got the Undying here as well. She's got the Ceaseless Dirge respawn. 1,750 gold in the chest of the Dire, but the 2 kills that the Radiant got were big enough that they still made $1,000 for it. Ricky has now finished his Aghanim Scepter, which will allow him to not use a blow dart on people anymore. Thank God for that.
It allows that Trashboat team to prolong the inevitable,
It's true.
supposedly.
Who's got that? Okay, it's Undying that has the Guardian Graves here. Okay. Centaur bullying the PA now. All by his lonesome, too. That's a little worrying. This river being in the middle of the jungle is a real mind screw for me, I gotta be honest with you. Ricky stalking for kills here. The Radiant are so scared. They're just all standing and fountain, except for the Pugna, who's
Someone's
just
gonna
running
die.
forward and dead. They actually had to use the Zeus World Lightning for vision there, though. They really need to get some detection for that Glimmer Cape at some point. Particularly on either the Centaur or on the Ricky. Magnus with a very small portion of his BKB finish, trying to cut waves here at mid to prolong the inevitable, as a wise man once said. Necro must have heard me complaining, because now he's going straight for Shiva's, so that's finally going to be a big power spike for him. He hasn't really needed it. The game's been just going so well around him, it doesn't really matter that much. So Ricky just walking away with everything. The support's doing a very good job making sure that he gets to stay alive, even in the face of, like, the Storm Spirit, who should be whacking him at this point. The Pugna should be very nasty for him as well, just not having those issues. Ricky going for the Yasha here, has just finished that off. Two different towers, two different T2s here are under pressure here by the Dire. The Radiant has enough wave clear at this point that it's a little hard to get past. They need something to bowl over here. It's a shame this team can't really do Roche, at least not within an hour's time at this point. It'll also be an awesome thing to do right now.
So they're chilling, slow sieging.
Yep. Very, very... This puts the slow in slow sieging, doing like dozens of damage to towers per go here. Ricky's just desperate for somebody to walk up this staircase, desperate for somebody to step out of line, but nobody is doing it. Everybody is, in fact, at this point, just starting to avoid them. I don't know, they realize I don't think they are vision in this jungle. I forgot to drop the tower.
I forgot to drop the tower. Yeah, what can you do with that one? Okay.
Power?
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, this is
There's
not
just
the
a
go
straight
you
withdrawal.
want.
Yep. A little awkward. This Witch Doctor, this Power Witch Doctor does not seem to be it. I think the Clockwork last round looked a lot stronger on him. Centaur's heart queued up. Necro just very desperate at this point for somebody to move forward, somebody to
He's very dead.
get hit.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
big RP on 2 is going to get the
Okay.
Necro killed. That's an unstoppable that just got lost there. I think if you just scythed the fella right after scythed the Magnus right after he used the Veil, I think he actually gets that kill. Cryptic
so
tries to keep
unfortunate.
me out but dies.
Like, if PA has 100 more gold, she has BKB in that fight. Okay, I guess it won't matter if Ricky does.
Yeah, she
He's dead.
is going to have 100 more gold. That's 2 streaks that just got dropped there.
I think if PA has BKB, that fight is somehow even worse for Dire. But
Well, I mean, it's 4 for 2, 3,651 gold just swung, so I don't think you can get much worse than that.
It's
I
like
guess
5 for
5
0.
for 1 or whatever, yeah.
I don't think Trashboat dies.
Very rough go about things, very just very discombobulated fight. Just everyone's so desperate for something to happen there, I think, was the long and short of it. Like, the Necro just wanted somebody to be out of position, and nobody was for so long that he went out of position trying to find somebody to get rid of.
Yeah. So he just dies, and then everyone dies around him trying to salvage something.
And it
Necro?
kind of happened again.
Kind of throwing this game a little bit, my friend.
Yeah. With that kill, the gold advantage is now shrunk to less than 1k. Really does not have the inventory to be playing like this. Like, he does not have the inventory to be going deep. He thinks he's Ricky. He sees he's got a lot of money. He thinks he's Ricky. He ain't.
Okay, so we're getting a little bit of a turn here.
Yeah, going to just get rid of the Magnus and accidentally snipe out the Pugna, funnily enough. Not even trying to do that.
Meta tips, so take notes.
There,
I got my paper out. What am I gonna take notes about? Yeah, maybe in the pool doesn't like these guys.
Dire doing the Tormentor here. This time they actually kill the thing. And Cryptic gets the shard. Going for the Glimmer here. Zeus has the egg, so going to have some form of easy global detection now. For the Glimmers.
Dire's top tower is under
Necro is now back in. Basically as far away from Shiva's as before that all happened, so he basically has made no money in the past like 5 minutes.
Coin for me.
Okay, lone top. The PA really wants to do something about him, but won't. Will instead take these 2 bounty rooms that Ricky has helpfully, and team has helpfully left here. Cryptic hates observer wards. Very close to the Shiva's Guard on the Necro. Holy Locket next item for the Undying. Ricky now has full Manta style. And he also has a DD.
He's gonna hunt with a.
Yep, but he's just gonna find wards.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
If there is one thing that's in the Dire's favor still, Radiant is so scared to like be hit by the Ricky that they're all playing like as defensively as possible. Like they will not walk past a tower. They will not like Magnus is sitting like back here, doing nothing, just waiting for something to happen, right? Like that's not an efficient use of your time, of course. Just because he's so scared if he goes any further forward than that, Ricky's just gonna get his ass again.
Yeah.
They got a. Oh my god! If the scythe can come out, no! Needed to use the scythe, not the shard. That's very sad. If he scythed then sharded in, then I think that's actually a kill on the Trashboat, and I think that's a big backbreaker right there.
If he sharded in, that would have been very embarrassing.
He did shard in.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully it wasn't on camera at least.
Necro going for the Radiant, or not the Radiance, he already has that, going for the Heart here. Just like the Centaur Warrunner, is going to be very big HP balloon. It's going to be the best Maledics you've ever seen. 7,000 damage Maledics.
Yeah, that's true. His fantasy score is gonna go up.
It's true, yeah. PA, BKB complete,
Okay.
going for SNY. Pugna very dead. Okay, that was definitely not worthwhile. I guess accidentally scouted there.
Everybody run away.
Necropulse chasing the Magnus, they can't actually catch up to the guy. Who again is just running all the way home. Guy is not
I wonder
even
if he
missing
just
much
won
HP,
uphill
and he is
fights.
literally going to Fountain right now, like...
It's probably
Bigger
the trash boat call right now. Like, alright, only fight uphill. If you fight downhill, you lose.
The,
Of course.
Witch Doctor... not really doing what he probably wants to be doing right now. Getting scythed. Just gets cut out and killed here. Trashboat
Oh,
tries to
okay.
jump on the Ricky. Finds nothing but the tricks of the trade. The PA is just doing the Dire's jungle at this point, trying to do his jungle, trying
This
to
is
cut
9
their
second
waves.
BKB.
Yep.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Meanwhile, Ricky doesn't even have a BKB. He's not even thinking about one. He's thinking about a bar, but it's not that one.
It's definitely a king bar, that's for sure.
It's true. None of these peasant bars. Ricky, kind of low here. But the Undying Soul Rip is going to turn that around. And he's going to hit Grease, even though he was already full HP. They desperately want to get rid of this Trashboat here, but I don't think they really can.
Kind of put yourself in an unfortunate situation where you're only taking fights uphill, and that fight is like vitally important to win. Like if you don't win that fight, you literally lose the game.
Well, not
If
only
you're
is
in
that
this
fight
situation.
important to win, when PA is the only person who's going out and getting farm, you know, she's the only person who's growing. Like the Magnus
Yeah.
having to play this scared, the Storm Spirit having to just be purely reactionary like this is, you know, really not doing them any favors. Oh, the
Oh,
Ricky!
no.
The Ricky caught him! Very nice. TB'd in on the outpost and caught him just instantly.
What a god.
Not really sure. Oh, there was a dire sentry up there he was running under. Let's see, not really sure where they could see him there. And with the Storm Spirit and the Witch Doctor dead, Storm with no buyback, not like they know that. They're just going to go straight for the tower here. Oh, the very deep go. Oh no, they got the Magnus. He has buy.
Tower is under attack.
They got the buy out of the Witch Doctor.
It's kind of
just gonna...
disorganized.
Oh, they couldn't actually find where the Witch Doctor
If
was.
you're gonna-
PA coming in on the back line just immediately gets rid of the Centaur
Okay,
while
this
the
is
Ricky
so unorganized.
dies. They had
He
no
killed
idea how to play that
everybody.
fight.
That was literally the most.
Well, that's
I give up.
Rage
Right?
quit. Tell him I'm sorry.
No
Game
game
crash.
crash. Okay. That was so bizarre. It was like a really weird fight. This is the most unorganized fight I've ever seen on Radiant. Like it's literally 5 players playing 5 different games, and it doesn't matter because PA kills everybody and Ricky dies. What's going on?
Yeah, Ricky goes absolutely nuts trying to get the backbreaking kills, dies under T4s, which he can't do at the moment, ignoring the PA. I don't think he even realizes the PA's there until the PA's already killing everybody.
That was so weird. Like usually when you see that kind of fight, like everybody's running around completely no direction. They lose the fight. But I guess not in this game.
Well, Dire was also everybody running around with no direction. If you recall, back at the beginning of the cast, I mentioned that when
Sure.
it's 2 bad coordinations, the Radiant wins.
Oh no, PA. You're not 10 feet tall. No, stop.
She might not be 10 feet tall, but she's feeling that way. Good thing Necro doesn't have Scythe right now. He's been a little bit overly liberal, perhaps, on his use of the Scythe here. I do think it is time to start saving for bigger targets and just dropping it on the supports every fight.
Yeah, or Mag. Mag gets it a lot.
I mean, I think Mag deserves it if he hasn't RP'd yet. If he has, it's useless.
Yeah.
Zeus has his shard. Lightning hands, baby. He's going for the Orchid here, or not Orchid, Octarine here. Heart is now finished on the Centaur War Runner.
It's a PA Nully coming out.
Must have been listening to Geist in chat.
No, because he didn't get shard.
That's true, yeah. Hey, you can still get it. Nearly has
That's
it as
true.
well. If he's opting not to save for buyback.
Might have to save her buyback at this point, sadly, because like if you die, I mean it's not like Dire has tower hitters, I guess, but he can still do something.
Yeah. They can at least secure like a big enough advantage, doesn't matter anymore. MKB nearly done on the Ricky, who has now fallen below the PA net worth-wise after that big last fight. Almost
Alright.
something happens there at mid. The Storm Spirit going for Shivas of his own.
Storm Sword says hello to his friend over the river.
Jumpman does not realize he's kind of in the midst of a pincer here, but the pincer doesn't realize he is either. So he just walks away. Second somebody comes up on that vision, he just goes home. Hard on the Necro. I wonder what he could possibly be queuing up next. Got the Ghost Scepter out on the Undying, who wishes to never let what just happened to him happen again. BKB coming out next on the Centaur.
It's good, I guess. I'm not sure BKB has been that impact in this game, but
No, I don't think it does anything really. It just it stops you from it stops Pugna from griefing his own team, and it stops like the Storm Sphere Vortex and the cast. It's really all you care about at this juncture. I think you would really just much rather have
Bottom tower is under attack.
some other form of tanky, perhaps.
Roche.
Yep, they're going to do Roche here.
This will be an uncontested Roche.
Yeah, the Radiant does not see it coming at all. We either get some other form of tanky, or like, I don't know, get something utility here. I think either of those are better than the BKB for you on the Centaur in this game. Any other people probably need to get the BKB on this lineup. Like the Ricky with a BKB wouldn't be too bad, the Necro with a BKB wouldn't be too bad, but like the Centaur doesn't need to care about those stuns and everything, man. He just, you know, the most ideal situation for the Centaur is that he's able to survive the RP, which that obviously doesn't help you at all with.
Yep. Okay.
Almost catch the
Nice
trash
little
boat
dodge.
there. I mean, an Orchid would certainly come in handy. You know, something like that. If you're not going to do something to survive the RP, an Orchid would come in a lot of handy. Shiva's now up on the Storm Spirit.
That's for this,
Centaur jumps on the PA, who just kind of walks... No, it doesn't even walk away, just kind of stands there. Has her Nully out. Has Nully and has buyback at the moment.
Yeah, so next fight's pretty integral to this game.
Mm-hmm. Ricky has the Aegis. He has a Basher queued up. Has finished his MKB by this point. Storm Sphere pretty far from the Pharasma, so he's going for next. Harpoon coming out on the Magnus. I think maybe needs a non-BKB related defensive item, perhaps. Two ships passing the night here.
Okay.
Necro with the Invis
Vision?
rune.
No!
Oh my
Don't
god.
get that.
Almost. Yeah, well, actually, no, it did just
Dead
instant
anyway?
give the PA. First life down on the Ricky, and Necro does go down for it, but very big kill.
Oh man.
He's gonna bully the Witch Doctor in light of this. I believe he is dieback still. Yep.
That's unfortunate.
Basher now out for Ricky. As
I'll buy back on PA though. Not that
think
they
it's
necessarily want to use
yeah,
it.
really tough to drop, just casually drop that when you don't have the Witch Doctor by.
Yeah.
Dire structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower.
Gonna glyph by some time on this tower. They're going to jump in with the Storm Spear to try and push the creep wave back.
They're just trying to delay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Backdoor. So delay, delay, delay.
Cryptic team looks like they're thinking about a disengage here.
You don't really have a choice than to do what they're doing right now because they nuked their wave.
Yeah, they're just kind of positioning very non-committally around the next oncoming wave. That stun actually did get the Storm Spirit there, funnily enough.
Okay, here we
Ricky
go.
gonna go for the Pugna
the
here. and has moved to the Magnus, gets an RP on,
Oh,
somehow doesn't get the Ricky in that. I'm not really sure
What?
how. The PA is now up, but the Centaur is so tanky, she just
He's
can't get rid of
dead.
him, she's dead again. Now she has to
Alright.
buy. Yep, Ricky in super
nice.
deep, he
Witch Doctor
cannot
OP.
deal with this. No, he can deal with that, never mind. Gets the double kill, he's in
Oh,
the
he's
fountain. Double fountain!
Nice, Mag.
Well, that sure sucks.
That's decent, but
That's really bad for the tire, actually. It basically means they didn't get anything on that go except the PA buyback, because they're not going to get any buildings courtesy of that, and this is definitely a situation where even though the net worth differential is way in their favor, they are not going to win the long game.
I think it's bad mostly because they made it bad by themselves. Like if you're not diving, you focus more on like hitting buildings. It's fine because PA is like dying very quickly. Like you will kill the PA if you put any effort into it. But like you just have to not fountain dive.
There you go.
Against the Magnus.
Yeah, it's not like it's a situation where it's like very sad that the that you know the tire got tragically outplayed or something, because no, they really did just get thrown right into that fountain there with no way out. Just we're not considering it, but it is very bad, and it just means that they had a very good opportunity to maybe not necessarily end the game, but at least put it like well to the point where they had a situation where they have very total map control, where it was going to be very, very hard for a comeback to be staged at that point, and that's not really the case anymore. It basically
have
just
to hope
went back to
this PA
status
is
quo.
as killable as she was in that fight for
Yeah.
the rest of the game, which isn't necessarily true. Depending on randomization, I guess.
Necro, very aggressive positioning here. Radiant falling back very quickly. 2 minutes to Roche respawn, so they don't really have that to do. They can do the Tormentor they want, I guess. Looks like that's what they want to do. Tormentor falling very quickly.
It's useful now.
Goes to Ricky, who now has that really noxious smoke screen. If you don't have BKB in that smoke screen, it's going to be really tough to do something about it. You can't.
Yeah.
You can no longer have the situation where like Pugna throws the Glimmer Cape into the BKB or into the smoke screen, for example. Hex now on the Necro. Okay, I didn't like the first part of his build, but the decision to eschew Ags for that I definitely agree with at this juncture. When you're really facing a one-person large team, which is what you're kind of doing right now. Trashboat is like very far on the back foot here. Until he gets that Parasma, he's not doing anything but this, which is being annoying.
Poke Necro a little bit.
But the Hex, it's pretty much 4 protect 1. And the Hex is a very good item for that scenario. I think most people just immediately dart for the Ags. He did not. Good choice. Centaur going for the Crimson Guard there. He did get his BKB after all. Has that for 9 next fight. And they caught the Witch Doctor in the smoke cloud. He just died immediately. No buyback from him either. That was his dieback.
That's really unfortunate, actually.
He's a big part of their defenses.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Again, kind of a read, perhaps, of the Trashboat lineup from the part of this team. Just, they know the Trashboat lineup is going to be dependent in a lot of ways on this. They hexed the Magnus. The Storm Spirit immediately has to dive in to try and do something about it. Big RP gets
Nice RP.
Zeus and the Necro. Ricky, very low HP. He's about dead, too.
What an RP.
Trashboat gets away with just a sliver of HP, 150 HP. Separates him from the grave, but it's a 3-for-1 trade. Roche now up as well. 5,480 gold passes into the hands of the Radiant here. And it's starting to look pretty bad for the Dire, honestly. Like, Ricky
Yeah.
is still melting people, but look how fast the rest of his team just explodes there. Like, yeah, that was a situation where they got a good RP, but also you're in a situation now where like you're going uphill constantly. It's going to be much easier to get those RPs. That's going to be an increasing factor of reality. Perhaps need to start
Trashboat.
seeing like, uh-oh, Cryptic just going to get caught here and die. Perhaps need to start seeing a Aeon discs coming out on like the Zeus or the even the Necro maybe. And the proceeds from that fight have given Stormspirit his entire Parasma. You might recall, I was like, he just annoys people until that comes out. It's out now. Shard now out for the PA as well.
Fastest blade in the land.
It's starting to get a little difficult to see how the Cryptic team actually wins this match now. And yeah, they're going to do Roche too, so they really can't win without that unless they get a very good random pick of the Magnus with no buy or whatever. PA takes Aegis.
Mildly annoy them with Zeus skills, you know.
It's true. AC out on the Magnus as well.
I am a fan of knives.
It's true. The Ricky's going to run into the PA here, but I don't think he's going to like what he finds. Gets solo RP here, but they don't have any detection. There's a Ricky! No, 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 no! But it's okay, because the second he reveals himself, he just splats like a tomato. Yeah, this is over.
That was really awkward, and they still won
Yeah.
again.
4-for-nothing trade. Yeah, it's over.
The Radiant's winning fights where they don't have detection against the Ricky. It's pretty good. My kingdom for not found diving during that one fight.
And the really sad thing too is that the Ricky, like, the most he could have even gotten for that is Aegis. Yeah, I think it's truly gone now. I think this is pretty much it. You remember that huge net worth lead I was talking about? Yeah, that's all gone now. Now the lead's on the other foot.
Yeah. I mean, you have a PA farming and not really getting killed.
I mean, she was getting killed. The problem is that, I mean, the real problem is that they dropped like 6,000 gold over the course of 5 minutes. Like, they dropped 6,000 gold over the course of 5 minutes, and then the next thing that happened was, like, the only hero you care about just dies repeatedly, right? Like, Cryptic wasting a lot of time here, but is ultimately going to go down. And they're very shell-shocked to be in this situation. I don't think they had any idea that this is going to happen to them. But they're much better at killing towers on the Radiant than Dire is. They're going to Centaur ult in. Centaur ult stuns 3. They're going to do a lot of damage to the PA. Scythe out on the Magnus doesn't actually get the job done, but the Magnus RP only gets one guy and thus accomplishes very little. PA's second life comes out, BKB,
Ricky?
and the Ricky's dead. Okay.
Still a little awkward.
Yeah.
Okay, CP.
Like, unless they get the PA, this means nothing. Yeah.
I mean,
I want to.
Satanic available,
Yeah.
so like I don't think. I think that was not even as dangerous as it looks for PA, honestly. Like you literally just turn and kill whoever comes to face you.
I would be fast forwarding because even though Dire turned that around, I don't think they have any chance to win anymore. Outside of like massive throw, I think their opportunity is just completely gone. Let's see what Gabe says.
Well, let's get the remote
60-40,
conflict,
I
and then you
definitely
can fast
disagree.
forward.
I think this is like 99-1, basically, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky doesn't really outcarry anybody.
Yep. My kingdom, for that one time, they didn't... for them to not... I think if they don't do that, they win. I think if they don't get put into the fountain there, I think they win this game, but that was just it. That just gave PA so much money so quickly. I think the next fight she had the nullifier, and now she has all this crap. She is 6-slotted. Not really 6-slotted because
also
she
the
has the
mid fight
abyssal to finish.
where he gets a tropical. It's something we have to look at as well.
That is true, but that happened, and then they still kept just getting stomped on after that. The Necro dropped the 2 lives out of nowhere for no reason, and they were still, like, stomping. And then you got that, the Deaths in the Fountain, and since then it's been over. Like,
Yeah.
the Storm Spirit, just very quickly after that, just like the next fight he got the Plasma. The Ricky is gone, the Necro is, like, super gone. This guy has nothing. He's building a Lincoln's right now. That's how gone this guy. What sense does that make? That's not what you build here. What do you mean, Lincoln Sphere on the Necro? That's not it. I mean, I don't know what you build at this juncture, but not that. I think it's legitimately Aeon Disc. I think you just have to build the Aeon Disc on Necro at this point, which sucks to do as a mid-Necro, but, you know, your alternative is you get RP'd and die in every fight, you know?
Yeah.
Strength Link underworks for the Centaur. PA, unsurprisingly, building the Ag's Blessing. Sort of Spirit about to finish an S and K. That'll be his 6 items. He also has Ag's Blessing to get, so I guess there's that. Witch Doctor getting his own Lincolns. That one makes a little bit more sense, I think. I guess not that much more, though, because the only thing that really stops is the Scythe. Cryptic is, yeah, he's just popping like a tomato at this point. This certainly makes Undying look like a hero that doesn't do anything in this patch, if nothing else.
Yeah.
All Cryptic's been doing for the last 10 minutes is just getting found somewhere and just immediately dying.
To be fair, it's Undying in a 50-minute game. Let's be real. I mean,
historically, that should be like A-okay, because, you know, Undying is somebody who just naturally gets really tanky over time. You, like, not feed. True. He starts out really, you know, light and wimpy, and then later on, you know, you just build him, even as a support, to be really tanky. And he has been building to be really tanky, and it has not been doing anything.
Well, it's a PA, I guess.
Yep.
Can you do?
BKB coming out soon on the Ricky. I don't think it does anything. I don't think that's the source of his problems. Not at this point. We're walking into 4-man smoke here. Ricky gets caught and nullified immediately.
Oh,
and RP'd, and he's dead. Yeah. You just go ahead, call the GG's.
Nah, they're not gonna do that. You need to see the whole defense.
Yep. He's gonna bully the Witch Doctor here a little bit. Necro pushing out the sidelines. Has 5 grand, 2,000 to spend.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Can't mega them, which is the good news. Perhaps.
Well, what do you mean they can't mega them? Like it's gonna matter when Ricky comes back up. Have you seen what's been happening to Ricky in the last few fights?
Well, it doesn't matter, you know, silver linings. Gotta find the positives in life.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe Ricky coming up will mentally boom the Radiant, and they will elect to not pursue the uphill anymore for some strange reason. Centaur comes in to try and get a big hit off. Doesn't get anything done. Scythe comes out on the...
No, they can make it.
So, the, okay.
PA's dead?
PA massively overstays her welcome there, just suddenly dies on, basically just on blade mail.
It's a bit unfortunate. I mean, they had Witch Doctor pushing top T2 so they could mega, and then all died in base. Unfortunate.
It's been so long since PA died that she just die back and she can buy back.
Yeah. No satanic use.
No satanic use in that fight.
Alright, well, get him next time.
There you go. Okay, Trashboat going in on the Necro
This is
here.
a little psychotic.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. He has like a full mana bar. They never got anything to do about that. Nobody ever got an Orchid. Nobody ever got like a Rod even. So whenever Storm Spear wants to leave, he very easily can. No Roche. They're not even gonna look at him though. They're just gonna uphill Raw. Necro's gonna get his Lincoln soon, as much as that matters. So now he won't get the PA knife thrown at him anymore, I guess, or decrapped.
Vortex.
Yeah, there we go. Except that won't work anymore when we get Sags. So
That's true. He has eggs.
yeah, he has the Zag's blessing. So Ricky finds the Witch
okay.
Doctor, goes after him, loses almost his entire HP bar to the Trash Boat. RP comes in, but they're not doing anything to him.
Got baited to buy back. That's pretty bad if TA dies, actually.
They just pushed Necro about 1,000 miles back here under T4. He just dies instantly.
Pretty big if, though, to be fair.
All they got for that entire trade was they just got one range Rex. Now they're gonna lose the Centaur too.
Magnus. We're gonna keep on happening.
What an annoying hero. Remove this guy from the game. Lincoln's now complete for the Necro. It's a 25 crate? No?
60-minute classic.
Oh, it's the shard that does it. Okay. It's like the collapsed TI, like when the old like toss-up shard was OP. It's like the same reasoning. Like you just can't go uphill against this guy ever, because even if you're balling, it doesn't matter when he can just throw you under T4s or God forbid in a fountain for free. There's not really anything you can do about it.
It's like not even fountain. Either like collapse would do that in normal fights too, which is the difference, I guess. This one at least he's only doing it in base.
Radiant's gonna take Roche. I think he's gonna push a side lane out here. We're gonna get at least a building or something, or at least pressure the lane. Necro and Centaur will likely be up by the time that the Radiant even does anything here. Nobody seems to care about Ricky doing this. They're just still there. He doesn't know. If he actually knew, if they actually have vision on this, he could really just go take this bottom melee racks for free, I think. But he doesn't know they're all at top. And nobody's TPing for him. Oh, he has now learned. He's TPing back in. RP on 2 takes the Undying and the Centaur. That's not really who they want to get. Ricky comes in, he gets hexed immediately. Goodbye, Trashboat.
This Witch Doctor ult, though.
Yep. The, the Ricky's in the Tombstone, I think. The Undying is going to be a very ironic name for the moment, but... Missing this Storm Spear for this fight really sucks. They've dropped the Aegis already on the PA.
Yep. Died immediately.
Oh no, Ricky, you psychopath! He has buy, but you really don't want to do that. Okay, one step forward, 2 steps back.
Not palatable for the Radiant.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Necro, my friend. I'm not sure this is a good idea.
Meanwhile, they're just bullying the Pugna here in the river. Finally goes down. And Necro just running around completely solo up here. Actual psychopath. Decides to TP back to mid. Almost doesn't make it because the catapult he's TPing to almost died. Yeah, 1 step forward, 2 steps back for the Radiant, who did get a nice win, or for the Dire, who did get a nice win in that fight, except for the fact they lost Ricky to do that, and only took Storm Spirit, who, as far as people without buybacks go. Though notably, they did take the bot melee racks, so there's that at least.
Yep.
Dire now just charging right down mid. Buyback's coming in
One
from the
buyback.
Pugna.
Are under attack.
And Mag has one too if it's strictly needed. I would not use it though.
Storm Spirit going to go in on the Necro here. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Well, Storm's dead again. They did trade the Necro for it, though. So again, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That would be a great kill if they could afford to lose these heroes that they're losing to do it.
Yeah.
They have the outpost, so Ricky can jump in on this if he wants. And he got travels as well, just to make it even easier to do that. He is going to elect not to go to the outpost. He's going to go to top instead and push this in.
Guess there's no fight happening here.
Shouts to Gundam, who showed up in chat. I guess that game is now let out.
Gotta get those tier 5 items.
Yep. We're really not able to
getting?
use this
Giant
power
swing?
play at all.
I don't even know if it's still in the game.
The Dire really not able to use this power play at all, just because of the trade for Necro. Like, if they had been able to somehow get the kill on Storm Spirit and not lose Necro, they would be in such an awesome position right now. But right now they're in just status quo, it's just not favoring them.
Yeah.
They just cannot actually win. They can kick, fight, scream as much as they want, but they can't actually win.
They'll never see this coming.
Space Cowboy fell asleep. Never mind, he woke up.
I got Centaur's HP bar.
Got that A on this. Let's check out Centaur's HP bar. That's a lot of HP. He does have his strength blink as well. He still has another item to get. He's going for a halberd here, which I definitely don't approve of. I don't think it's ever worth building, even after the update. Until such a point that you cannot easily just dispel the halberd, it's not worth building, I think, ever. Unless the enemy team is, for some reason, just really not doing anything about it. PA going for True 6 slot here has gotten her T5 item and is going for Moon Shard, at which point she will be done. There will be nothing more to do for her. Ricky is kind of already done. I guess all he needs is a Disperser at this point. As Blessing Shard and everything. Needs 25 still, there's that. Or I guess 30 still. PA already has 30. Though somehow I don't think Tricks of the Trade applying a basic spell is going to be that much of a game changer here for some strange reason.
The game winner.
Necro also getting quite close to 30 here. PA, it's a good thing they didn't notice PA doing that. The blur thing, kind of, the blur changed in the last patch, kind of helping her out here. There is a smoke going on from the Dire.
Okay.
Oh my god, the stupid meteor hammer thing from Cryptic. Oh my god, look at how big this RP is gonna. No, he got scythed! He got scythed. He's dead back. No, he's not. He didn't buy back the first time. Yeah, PA not part of that. 3-0 trade. Max still has this stupid cheese from so long ago in his inventory.
Oh no.
He's disarmed. There's no creeps within a mile of here.
No creeps here, yeah.
All the waves are on Dire's side. There's no creeps, no Roche. Cut the waves at least. Come on now, guys. Does Ricky remember that Disperser is in the game, you think?
Are scanning.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna buy it. They didn't hit any of these waves! All the way, they just kept pushing, what? That's not good, what the hell?
Top barracks.
You're gonna get mag dumped.
Yeah. Oh,
okay, or
Rick.
Ricky's just dead without even getting mag dumped.
No, he's fine. Magnus kinda had to go the wrong way there. Big black hole, as they say.
Black hole.
Going to prolong things. Hit a creep, guys! Hit a creep! What is this nonsense?
TP.
Yeah, where he just desperation TP to mid.
This is so sad.
Nobody wanted to hit the waves. Like 3 waves just walked right past all these guys, and nobody stopped any of the creeps that came out.
Okay, we're finally pushing.
For real this time.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Ricky using tricks of the trade there. Going to cover himself in the smoke
Radiant's middle
to get the ranged racks here. The creep wave top has now pushed so far that it's at the Dire racks. Dire now backing off. They're trying to make a retreat here.
80-minute game.
Yep. The greatest throw on earth, as they say.
I think the greatest throw on earth was like 40 minutes ago. Okay.
So many DMs. Necro, dropping everything on Necro. PA, a lot of danger, but they get in the pool in the RP. It's over, yeah. For real now, it's gotta be over, right? PA. Oh my god, the PA's dead!
Okay. Press the Satanic button.
Everybody buys
Doesn't matter.
back. Okay, no, Necro buys back and charges back in, only to find to his dismay nobody on his team joined him.
Um,
I think he was
Right.
expecting 5 guys behind him, but found 0.
yeah, okay.
Okay,
he's
now
getting
all the
5
buys are
guys.
coming in.
Literally 5 buybacks.
And Scythe on the Magnus for the dieback, okay.
Every Dire hero bought back.
Yep. I assume because Mappo started screaming at the top of his lungs
Yeah.
on the microphone there when he went in, when he was there alone. Rightfully, because I think he had the right idea.
So they just randomly win now, or what?
Maybe.
I don't think this game makes any Dota sense. We're
No,
past
not
that
really.
point.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
That was just a situation where they just got lucky with like a few individual goes on the PA. Ricky, be careful. Ricky is dead.
Oh, Ricky!
Nope,
No,
Ricky's
he's good.
alive. Just barely lives in it. No, he's dead. They get the megas
Alright.
at the cost of Ricky's life.
I think you
And
ever
Centaur.
don't take that trade. Maybe in this particular situation, you don't take that trade. We found the one. Because now they just can run down mid. Or they should run down mid, more accurately.
Big slots on the Necro. All he's missing is Moon Shard. PA is going to try and solo Roche here. Necro
it's a
figured
waste
this
of
out to
time,
be really
but-
funny. Oh, the Roche roars at her, so now he has to know that. But he's assuming it's 5 guys in the Roche
It's a
pit, which is not actually
massive
true.
waste of time.
Roshan has fallen to the
Okay, you better just win now, or else that's the biggest waste of time in history.
Meanwhile, Necro's just going to the base, just hitting waves. Somebody figured out how to do that on this team.
Yeah, crazy.
You got 40 seconds to win it.
And will they?
Don't know, they don't have Trashboat here, which is interesting.
Yes.
are fortified.
No? Okay, guess not. With the glyph.
They put down Roche's banner. Oh my god, the Zeus is doing so much damage to the PA. Oh no, baby.
Fine.
Scythe, that's life 1.
Aegis.
So it doesn't really matter, it's still dieback.
We're
We do
done.
actually have Trashboat here. He showed up all the way from the other side
Ricky's
of town
about
for
to
this.
spawn. This could be really bad.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Satanic.
Trashboat.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Trashboat pretty low. Okay, he's gonna be fine.
Satanic. Unfortunate.
Radiant's
Ricky
middle
back.
tower is under attack.
Okay.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
just
your
sell
base is
sell
dead.
the stupid Diffie and buy
Radiant's middle tower
sell the stupid Diffie and buy Rapier at this point, right? Like,
Yeah, you would think.
gonna use Centaur to run over the Witch Doctor. Sadly for them, he has buyback. Actually, let's see. Everybody, no. Storm Spirit has buyback. Pugna has buyback. That's it. It's literally the only people with unused buyback on the entire board. Mags will be up in about a minute. Travels to a Necro, so there's that, I guess.
Alright, here we go. Okay, here we don't go.
Yeah, they're not gonna fight.
Need to farm at 72 minutes, you know?
Well, they can't actually go uphill and win on the Dire.
True. Because there's a Magnus in the game. It's so goofy.
Can't they just rush T4s? I don't know who you're talking about. I assume that was for when PA was doing the Aegis, and the answer to that is yes. They probably should
Yeah,
have.
that's what they should have done. The game will be over.
Mm-hmm.
Aegis is a waste of time, as I said.
Centaur has the ult again, which could actually be pretty interesting, I think. Oh my god, Zeus! No! Zeus died to the Tormentor! Ricky!
Everybody's dying.
Holy fuck!
This objective is so bad. If you ever want to do Tormentor in your games, you should watch this series. Be dissuaded.
Man, imagine if the Ricky died. 103 seconds of Zeus's dieback.
Oh my god.
He's been a very big part of their fights as well, so it's a very big loss. Like, the only reason they've been able to win these fights is because PA does not have long BKB, and when the 6 seconds is over, Zeus just drops all those buttons on her. Yeah, without Zeus, they're just running right up to the Ancient. There's nothing to stop
Yep.
that.
And yeah. Might be it. It might be the Tormentor might have ended this game. The useless Tormentor. Is it
2-man
literally
RP
useless? Does anybody not
on
have
the
shards?
Centaur on the Necro, and
Oh,
they're both
okay.
dead. Undying
Why
follows.
Tormentor?
Necro
Why?
follows.
For what reason? Why do you have to do the Tormentor?
Radiant
Cryptic calls the G's are going home. 1-1.
Alright.
I mean, this is just a game of throws both ways. This is a game that the Cryptic team should have won, and then they didn't win because they tried to fountain dive, and everybody died. SoGay PA game let them blow up their base. Then they threw, and then the Cryptic team threw, and then the PA threw, and then the Cryptic threw, and then yeah. Overall, just very difficult to analyze on a rational perspective. It was just bad plays both sides. I think, but as it turned out, at the end of the day, if both teams had bad execution, the Trashboat team was going to come out on top, and eventually they did. Just out carried. They had the easier to execute team fights. A lot of situations where the Witch Doctor was getting to ult later on in the game, just gets like half of Ricky's HP bar before anybody does anything about it. Like, I don't think the Dyer's builds are just exceptional. I liked the Hex on the Necro and the Shivas when he got it. That's like all I liked. I hated the Radiance from minute one. It didn't help. I guess it didn't hurt. Certainly didn't help though. Like the Lincolns, I don't know. The Necro was just like throwing his money around. I don't think he got any value out of that. Lincolns as his last item, right? Like, imagine the world where instead of that Lincolns, he gets like at least like a Rod of Atos, right? At least he gets like an Orchid instead of that. That's like such a big difference. It stops the Witch Doctor ult. It can stop the Storm Spirit, who, he had the BKB, but very often was just trying to dump as much of his mana all over the place as possible. I don't know. Awkward matchup in the end of the day. Just a lot of back and forth throwing, hard to analyze in a rational degree. Pretty big win for the Trashboat team. Another big upset here. Even if it did feel like I will say it did feel like they were, even if they won, they were more the throw team. Like, it definitely did not feel like there should have been any opportunity for the Cryptic team to get that close to victory after Ricky started dying in mere moments in fights. Just a lot of ignoring and underplaying the Zeus. Like the RPs, which were only that great when it was like the most dire situations, like when that Magnus was not out of that, when that Magnus was not inside of a base, it didn't feel like he existed, basically. Um, yeah, I don't know. Awkward series. We'll see what happens. Well, I was about to say we'll see what happens next time. No, we won't. If you or somebody you know wants to learn, well, before I go into that, you have anything to say?
I think don't do Tormentor in 2025.
If you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg today to sign up. It's too late to get into this season, but it's not too late to stand in. It's not too late to catch the in-houses that will be happening after the season. And it's not too late to catch the queues, which are popping everywhere you look. Go to ld2l.gg, click the link to the Discord server, that's where all the action is happening, and we will see you for whatever we're recording this week. On Tuesday night, not Wednesday this time.